Hey there, welcome to another episode of Legends with Elroy. Now this episode starts with a little bit of rest. Billy Bob awoke to the thunderous knocking on his door, and he opened it, and there before him stood Stanley the skunk. And Stanley said, Billy Bob, I need your help. You know, I was walking home last night, and it was all dark, and I looked over, and I saw and heard a noise. And I said, what is that? And then, in the shadows, I saw a wolf. And I said, oh no, wolves are mean. And so I started running, and I made it to my house and shut the door, but there outside was the wolf. Now I need your help, Billy Bob, because those wolves are mean, and I can always spray them, but I don't want to have to do that, because those things are mean. Billy Bob said, okay, well, let's go and find the wolves. Let me kind of wake up first, though. Can we at least have coffee or something? And Stanley said no. Billy Bob said, okay, no coffee. That's kind of sad, but let's go. So Billy Bob made his way outside, and they set off to find the wolves. Now it was morning when Stanley came over, and now they walked until it was evening, and the dusk was coming upon them. And they came to the spot, and Stanley said, see over there? And there in the bushes you could see where something had lain. So Billy Bob looked, and he started tracking them, until at last he came to their lair. He said, Stanley, prepare for battle. And then he called out, he said, wolves, leave now, or face me. And out walked a great big wolf. It had gray fur with a white stripe right down its face. And it said, who are you? Billy Bob said, I'm Billy Bob the Knight. I have fought flies, I have fought dragons, and now I shall fight you, unless you leave. And the wolf laughed. Well, it's hard to mimic a wolf's laugh. It's kind of like a bark. But anyways, you get the point. It laughed. And it said, Billy Bob, why, we came here to meet you. We don't want to fight. Why, we could all be friends. Billy Bob said, but you tried to attack my friend Stanley the skunk. I said, no, we didn't. We were trying to ask him where you were. And he just kept running. Now, it's probably my fault because Willie, my buddy, we're related, he's a cousin. Anyways, Willie doesn't speak very good. You know, sorry. You don't say good, you say well. But anyways, he doesn't speak very well. And he kind of just growls. And he was trying to say, where's Billy Bob? But I'm afraid it sounded like, which of course is intimidating to some people. For us, it's not because we're wolves, but you know. Anyways, Willie's really a nice guy once you get to know him. He does sometimes mess things up, though. Willie. But anyways, we want to be your friend. Actually, we've come from far away, far lands, over the mountains and over deserts. And would you believe it? Over the sea we've come. So Billy Bob, would you be a friend? Billy Bob said, well, I'm willing to be friends. I mean, what? Do you want to, play fetch and stuff? Or what exactly are you looking for? Like, do you want to be my pet dog or something? Or he said, no, we're wild creatures. We do not want to be domesticated. But this fetch thing, what is that? Billy Bob said, oh, well, fetch is pretty fun. It's where you have a dog, or, like a cat or something. It's just the cats don't actually try to do it because, anyways, dogs are better at fetch. But you take a stick and you throw the stick, and then the wolf, well, the dog, goes and gets it. And it brings it back to you. The wolf said, that sounds like it's really just a lot of work for us, but you say dogs like this? He said, yes, they do. They like it very much. Well, why don't we try it? So Billy Bob found his stick and he threw it. And all of a sudden, the wolf ran for it. And it grabbed it in its mouth and it ran back and it said, Billy Bob, this is amazing. I love this game. This is the best game that was ever made. How did I live all my years without knowing about this game? Billy Bob, you are indeed a legend. Thank you so. Let me go get the rest of the clan so that we may all go and play games such as this. Oh, this is wonderful. And so Billy Bob was finding sticks. Stanley was actually helping him get the sticks. And then Billy Bob would throw him here, and he'd throw him here, and he'd throw him there. And like 5 or 6 wolves were all going after the sticks all at once. And Billy Bob was getting them back, and he was throwing them, and he was getting them back, and he was throwing them. And they did that for a whole day, until at last all the wolves were tired, and Billy Bob thought his arm was gonna fall off. He'd thrown so much. He said, oh man, my arm is tired. And the wolves walked up to him, and they said, Billy Bob, you are indeed a great friend to us, for you have shown us the greatest game that any have ever made. So forever we shall be in your debt. If ever you need the battalion of the wolves to come to your aid, just call. Come to us, and we shall aid you, for we desire to be your friend, Billy Bob. And Billy Bob said, that's awesome. Well, I really appreciate what you guys just said. I guess in the meantime, if you can maybe, not scare everybody with the whole thing, then that would be a good start to us being good friends. And I can teach you, well, Willie specifically, how to talk a little better so it's not just because, that does scare people. But let us be friends. If you ever want to play this wonderful game, come to my house and I shall play it with you. Now, wolves, I must go, for I'm tired, and Stanley has to go too. But we are all friends now, and I can't wait until I see you again. So Billy Bob and Stanley set off. Billy Bob went back home. He said, I guess I should take a bath, because, I was throwing so much and sweating so much, I just need one. So he said, splish splash, I was taking a bath all about a Saturday night. A rubber-dubber, just relax. But that, my friends, is for another story. Well, don't forget that this episode was sponsored by Jack London. He's awesome. Well, I'll see you guys in the next episode of Legends with Elroy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See ya.